Hello everybody and welcome to our Overly Bright Twitch channel. Now you're here with your toes in our somewhat tepid waters. I guess we've introduced ourselves. We're the Bloodthirsty Puppets. I am Blood Puppet and I am so hyped up on coffee and food right now. This is going to be amazing. Oh, I'm hearing echo. Did somebody echo? No, we're not. Someone just... That was me. Okay, that's good. As usual, fucking up the intro, so we're keeping on our proud tradition. We are unfortunately down a skag right now. Yes, he is sitting in chat, but he is bereft of internet. He's clearly done something to insult it, or the gods of the internet went no skag, and he's bereft of internet. So we're going to be down a skag for maybe a little bit, maybe the entire game. We don't know, but we shall soldier on. Okay, let's go around and everyone introduce who you are and who you're playing, and we will start with the Lady Pip. Spanners.
Hi, I am Spanners. I am playing Lady Pip. I am a very posh modification of a soldier. We'll see how that goes.
And next,
I have antlers.
Oh yes, you have like very cool antlers, stolen from the rad doe, I think it was, or rad deer. Yes. Check out her Twitter for all the amazing pictures of that artifact. Alright, Terracon.
I am Terracon, and I will be playing Camren until he dies.
Oh no, we're bereft of... Oh god, everything's breaking.
We're back.
What happened?
Headset.
Wow. Well, thank God this isn't a visual medium.
It's Skag's fault. It's Skag's fault. He's not here. It's his fault.
Yep, I have to agree with that one. Okay, now that fell apart spectacularly,
Well,
let's
now
go to Thirst.
hello, I'm Thirsty, and despite appearances, I'm not the Lady Pip.
Apparently you're Spanners and you're Lady Pip, though.
Yeah, well, I'm not that either. Tonight I should be playing the glorious brother Rupert Rees, PhD, and it's subjecting you to the tremor, the horrible torture of his continual glory.
That sounded wrong.
Yeah.
So many ways. So what is he? If that's not too rude
He
a question
is-
to ask of it.
He is a rotter, a glorious, wonderful example of humanity's adaptations to radiation in the form of essentially a gigantic, smouldering pile of necrosis.
Mm-hmm.
Hey!
Yep.
He's alive because he's full of cancer.
Pretty much, actually, the way that it works, yeah, pretty much. Alright,
Yep.
for those of you new to how... actually, before we get too much further, rules, don't be a tool about someone's race, don't be a tool about someone's gender, most importantly, don't be a chore. Nailed it. Right. For those of you who haven't played a spiced game online and going campaign with me, we have the Dice of Recap. This will randomly determine who gets to do the recap for last week. Skag isn't here, but he would be 1, so if that happens, I will reroll. Pip is 2, Camren is 3, and Rupert is 4. Oh, look, because he's nominating, it looks like the dice is falling on 4. I mean, that's clearly a 4, right? Yep, so it's a 4. So, Thirsty, how you doing? What do we do?
Right.
What do we miss?
Right. Well, if you didn't tune in last week, you missed some great stuff, and shame on you. But if you did, well, it's been a while. So, essentially, Pip and John were being chased through some woods by Rados. They basically decided that was a silly idea and murderized one, and the others ran away. And John led them to the glorious security of England's South Central, where they wandered on in, and after a little bit of haggling with our resident, rather beautiful but ultimately horrible, rotten inside little bastard Camren, they swanned on in and got the medical treatment they needed to continue to live, which is quite handy, as I understand it. Then, after a few drinks and a little, idle barroom conversation, Camren decided it'd be a really great idea to shoot his dad in the face. Because, family loyalty.
I didn't actually plan that at all.
Yeah. we figured. You know, after just the first person mentioned, you know what, Cameron, your dad's a bit of a prick. He was like, yes, shoot him. We should all make him die. And then, you know, there were side effects from that, which I happily insulated myself from. There we are.
Excellent. Well, that was a short and succinct recap, I guess, give or take. So we are finding our group somewhat a little bit split up. And for those of you who are in the Roll20 spanners,
yeah, sorry.
it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. We will jump everyone across to. Now the question is, who do we want to start with? Let's start with the Lady Pip.
Okay, yeah, because the Lady Pip is deaf. Okay. Right, so I am outside the door. So I've heard all of this commotion and gunshots.
Yes.
And having spent some considerable time trying to get Camren to leave with me, because he wasn't getting the hint to leave with me. I think I'm going to go and get some backup.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Although, you know, she managed to scare one of the guards quite considerably last time.
Yes, she did, yes.
She doesn't think she's going to completely cope. So she's going to run and get the first person that she sees, which I think is probably going to be Brother Rupert.
Okay.
This is a crowded area, isn't it?
Alright, so where you kind of technically were is there is this kind of like tunnel that leads into the dwelling itself, and the dwelling obviously has a big blast door. You are on the cave side of the blast door, so you're in this kind of tunnel type stuff. You have heard a gunshot go off behind you. Looking back, you can see the... you probably look back pretty quickly and you see brains basically beginning to splatter down the side of this wall. You see a fairly important looking chap, minus most of his head, and you see probably about half a dozen guards diving on top of your younger, possibly companion? Who knows? I don't know how you feel about him right now. Ahead of you, you can see that there are probably about... You can see for sure 3 guards, which are... the ones crowded by this particular... the ones kind of by the entrance into the main cave system. This is kind of what you see right now. Can I get Brother Rupert to make a perception check for me? And I will do a separate one for John, even though he's not here. Also, I need to do another one for 2 other people in the room as well. John hears Dickle. Helen hears Dickle, because they both got natural 11s. Oh, and Michael gets a natural 12, so he hears everything.
Well, I get a 6. What's that, boy?
Yeah, you hear this slight, you probably hear this slight thud. You know, a bit of a whip crack, but you can't really place it. It could just be another, you know, another part of the machinery going on inside the dwelling, another part of it possibly breaking down. You don't really know, you just hear a sound. So, yes, so Lady Pip, this is what you see. You basically see 2 or 3 guards just ahead of you.
I think, yeah. So I'm going to kind of start shouting. So are there other people? The reason I'm asking is because I can't be alone with him. He scares me.
There are, I mean, you're pretty sure that you left Brother Rupert, and you know, I'm going to say you probably know for sure that you left John within the kind of little bar area. So you're pretty sure that's where they would be.
Okay. So I'm going to run for the bar area.
Okay.
Not really going to be very stealthy about this. I'm not very stealthy.
And you also can't really stealth past them. You have to literally pass them to get out. So yeah, you can move your ass over that. It's no problem.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to go in. You need to help gone horribly, horribly wrong. There is all this gore and disgustingness, and I need you to come with me right now and sort that boy out.
But it appears there's something terrible going on.
Yes, yeah, horrific. You're going to have to gather every weapon you can get hold of.
Oh, why don't we just stay at the pub? It's always a nice, safe place. Man with a big gun. It's all, excellent here. Yeah, we could stay here safely.
But I don't think you're as safe as you think you are. Just, very thin doors and
there is you guys notice at this point that Helen at the bar has pulled something out of her ear, and she's equally then pulling something out from something behind her, and Michael looks over very confused. And then you hear like this crackling of a radio, and you hear, yes, the boy has been taken into straight into the holding. No one is entirely sure what happened or why he did it, but he's going there now. Yes, all the guards, get ready for the announcement. It will be happening any moment now. Get everyone aware and get everyone going. Keep everyone calm and secure. And you see Michael just with his typical frown.
okay. We've already agreed, obviously, to help them. Would we be kind of wanting as a group to go with them? I mean, obviously, as a group, that's just kind of us.
Would this be a cucumbered matter?
I think this is a cucumbered matter.
Okay.
This is a matter relating to cucumbers, but...
Yes.
If it's cucumbers, I can actually speak.
Yes, you can.
I've muted myself because I'm not here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I would make the point, if this is the point where we cucumber it out and actually go, what the fuck are we doing? We've agreed to help these people. Camren being arrested and taken somewhere safe is probably not the worst thing that could happen immediately before something awful goes down with lots of gunfire outside the dwelling.
It's either going to be a lot of gunfire.
Staying here safe in the pub where there are no guards.
There are guards just
guards.
outside.
You are incorrect.
Yeah, they're outside. They're outside. Whereas all of the riffraff they're trying to get rid of are outside of the pub.
But if we've already agreed to help them, wouldn't our safety be compromised in the pub, who's owned by the people who we agreed to help?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, chuck it in a bit of thing. Yeah, Michael is definitely on his way over, as is Helen, who is reached under the bar, plugged the earpiece back into her ear, and is coming with a even shinier, bigger automatic shotgun than her companion. Because fuck that guy. So yeah, they are definitely making their way over. So you guys want to figure out what you want to do.
We did agree to help these people with the uprising.
You're dead on the floor.
Yeah.
I know, but it's still cucumber at the moment.
We are cucumbered currently.
Yes.
As soon as we go out,
Yes, then we should ask Michael what he wants.
Breaking up a bit, dude.
There's a lot of breaking up.
Yeah.
Spanish keeps on happening as well.
I'm really sorry, that's my microphone. I have called for backup.
Called for technical support.
Yeah. All right, so we'll rescind the cucumber, and yeah, Michael and Helen are on their way over. They're both with shotguns strapped to their backs.
Yes. Where do you want us, Mikey boy?
Wasn't exactly part of the plan. Helen says that says it looks like Peter's dead.
He's dead? Have you confirmed this? Or does it just look like he's dead? I mean, are we dramatic here?
Helen looks over at Michael first, and looks back and she nods and Well, from what I picked up on the radio just now, it looks like Camren just shot him in the head.
I always thought that little bastard would come to something. I never thought he'd be a patricide. Filthy little scum.
Hush you! Was that the plan? The whole plan was to...
Yes, but
Yeah.
to shoot your own father? Oh,
The plan isn't
terribly
exactly to
awful.
have done that now. We weren't even planning on exactly shooting him, locking him up, throwing him out. There are far easier ways. There are too many people loyal to him. This definitely wasn't the plan.
Oh. So he would have been a little over-enthusiastic on the old apple juice.
Yes, I blame you entirely.
Well, you know, these religious rantings probably aren't helping.
Oh, he never listened to me. He should have. He would have had a strong moral education. But
Helen
no,
puts
he
her
was
hand
lost.
up as though she's again listening in on the radio. And she says, "There's Lawrence and Brother Rupert. You would know Lawrence to be the head of Blue Section." And it says, "It looks like Lawrence is coming out to make an announcement to everyone. We don't have anything in place. We've got nothing ready to fight this. All I can suggest is we're going to get rounded up anyway. Let's just try not to blow things out of proportion. There's a lot of guards." You can see Michael just like almost contemplating just how many people can kill with a shotgun before he gets taken down, before she just shakes her head at him and just kind of gestures for everyone to leave. As one of the guards come strolling in, he has a machine gun, a little MG, and he looks at you. It's like, "All of you, gotta come out. There's gonna be an announcement."
I'm pretty sure we could hear it from in here.
No, Lawrence wants to talk to everyone face to face. Come on. I'm gonna make sure no one misses it.
I think you ought to go, you know, show a bit of face.
I mean, it's orders, and you're here. You're under protection of the almighty ESC. Come on. And he looks over at the other two, and they just nod and begin to chivvy everyone out of the bar. Oops. Oop, don't mean to take him with me. Whoop, just those two. There we go. So there's a dude pointing a machine gun at you guys.
Well, shall we, chaps? I suppose we ought to follow and, you know, make it look like we're doing the right thing.
Well, of course, the church has always supported the hierarchy.
And with that, I guess all of you make your way into the cave. You can go wherever you want in this major cave system. You see that pretty much everyone is getting bunched up. I'm just going to move everyone en masse. Getting sort of bunched up in the middle. Oh my god, it's just a fuckfest of people there. Too many people.
Yes. Anticipate some kind of bloody Sunday.
They're having a loving.
That's
Oh, that would be quite the opposite.
that's not good. Yeah.
It's like somewhere between like a Nuremberg rally and and a death metal concert.
What with the inordinate amount of brass Vikings that there currently are.
Actually, I'm going to go and hide in my church.
Alright, Spanners, where would you like to go?
Okay, I'm going to join the masses. I'm going to stick with where John is.
Okay, John's probably going to stand slightly off to one side, and I'll place you there with him. I think you can see this all on the XSplit, can't you? All right.
Very much.
Yep. So there's a big bunch of guards. There's you know, an excessive amount, one might say. Take a Lady Pip, take a perception check for me.
Okay. 13.
13. You notice that a lot of these people within this kind of area, not a lot of them are armed at all, but the guards pretty much are. They seem to be like fingers. I mean, you've been a soldier, you are a soldier, have been, possibly still are. You notice that they're all tense, they're all very much ready to fire. Some of them, most of them have the safeties on, but one or two of them don't. And you notice that there you are. Cool. Yeah. Now you can actually see it properly. Yes. That's pretty much what you notice. As let's pick a character, any character. Oh, it's funnier if it's him. Right. As you notice this human male walk out. This human male is fairly tall. He's pretty young. It's like 18, 19, early 20s at the latest. He seems to be, you know, he seems to be a smart kind of guy. He talks in very kind of precise sentences. You can see the way he's talking to everyone else around him. And in total, there's probably about 3 or 4 of them. There's probably about 4 of them that kind of back up behind him as he sort of stands out in front of the crowd, surrounded by his guards, so to speak. And he says, gotta find the right bit. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lawrence. I am the head of Blue Section here, and we have a somewhat regrettable announcement. Our overseer has just been killed by Rad. For those of you who don't know who Rad is, Rebels Against Dwellings, they have been trying to rise up against the government that's here. Sorry, what was that? Okay. Been rising up against the governance here. We're not sure entirely why he did it, but it would appear that Camren, Peter's son, is the one who's responsible. The outside world is a dangerous one. Just last night, a Raddo attacked an old member of ESC who is now here, and he points towards John and Lady Pitt. Thankfully, they managed to deal with that and come into the sanctuary and safety of ESC. It's been a hard decision, but it was Peter's wish that we open up ESC to everyone here in the cave system. Everyone who has been vouched for, everyone who has been born here. Everyone now has a place within our dwelling. We need your help as much as you need our sanctuary and safety. So, we would very much like to invite all of you to come inside now and rest, heal up, help us out, and join us in mourning a great leader while we try and figure out how we're going to replace him. So please, come in. And with that, he turns and walks away. Yeah, feck it. Boom. But the power invested in me in roll 20. What do you two want to do? John will be going with you regardless. You can see that Michael and Helen are off to one side and they're having a very quiet, rapid conversation.
Okay. So if we go, cucumber. If we go inside, can we get back out again?
You'll have to find out. I can't answer that. I can answer lore questions. I can answer setting and people questions. I can't answer what's going to happen.
Are they going to make it difficult for us to leave? Or is it potential that they're going to make it difficult for us to leave?
I can't say.
Okay. Right, in which case, do we want to leg it now?
I would at least mention, like, all of the guards. You know, the small factor of the absolutely all of the guards.
That's a good point.
You know. Also, we're like the two most standout individuals here.
Not technically. There are like there is a smattering of post-gens and rotters. There aren't a lot of them, but there are some.
Oh yeah, but like I'm the one who's a priest.
Oh yeah, you stand out like
she's the one who they don't know.
Yes, that's true.
You know.
At this point, whilst you are trying to decide what the hell to do, and obviously, you know, Brother Rupert is off to one side, Lady Pip, you only would have John for company. Most of these people are more than happy to wander inside and figure out what the hell is going on. So let's say en masse, a good chunk of them just get deleted off my map.
Bam! Gone. Oh shit!
That's it, they're out. Because I saw Corone mention something earlier, and that's always funny to have there. Let's take these guys out, these guys, and we'll send them in too. At this point, a lot of people have been pushed, or no, not pushed. A lot of people have been walked into the dwelling. A lot of people seem to be going fairly happily. You know, the idea of being in safe, comfort, and warmth it's a good one. You know, who wants to go outside? It's shitty out there. Have you been out there? It's terrifying. A lot of people are fairly happy with this. You can see that Helen and Michael are kind of hanging about a little bit near their bar. They're kind of a bit confused about whether they should be coming or going. Or at least that's the opinion that they're trying to put across. So, what are you two doing?
I am most definitely going to be
We are.
like, yeah.
Go on.
Oh, as I say, I'm going to be like stripping the few obvious like pieces of like sacred stuff out of the inside of my little church. You know, like my crappy little wooden crucifix and whatever like scriptures I've pretended to remember and written down. You know, on like recycled toilet paper or something. You know, that sort of thing. You know, I'm clearly making a meal of collecting my belongings before going in.
Alright, at this point, Lady Pip, John's kind of having a... Sorry, I'll wait till you finish with your headset so you can
Thank you.
be a bit more comfortable. No, don't apologise. These things should be done. Alright, in that case, feck you, we'll deal with brother thing then. Alright, so... I'm just going to mute you just for a minute. So one of the guards comes over. It's an older man. Yeah, definitely an older man. To be fair, you probably remember him being born, but you are a rotter and live for fecking ages. He comes over and, do you want help?
Yes, boy. If you could take this, I just hand him like a huge pile of like dirty cardboard with writing on.
He kind of grabs hold of it. It's like, you need to move. We're trying to get everyone inside before. Just get inside.
Yes, I heard. Now, if you could take this as well, and I hand him like a copper pipe candelabra, loading him down with my shit to buy time.
Move, and he drops the extra around your stuff, just the box. Move. You have everything you need. You can make new stuff inside. Come on.
Being jolly pushy, aren't we? Don't you have any respect for the faith?
He looks at you. Just shakes his head. No, I've got a job to do. That's what I believe in. Now move.
As have I, boy. I pick up all the sort of detritus. I try and lay it on a board that I've taken from like the counter at the front. And try and like load it on and like carry it in really ponderously.
Right.
If you're not going to help, get the fuck out of my way.
Holding the box. What more do you want? Move.
Yeah.
And yes,
I waddle my way inside.
Excellent. You and that guard get to be deleted. Actually, no, you don't get deleted off my map because I can't be asked to redo that every time. Pamp. Boom. Oh, Reed. You good? Good spanners?
Yep,
Excellent.
Yep.
At this point, as you watch the father being half pushed, half dragged past, basically beyond endurance, this poor guard, John takes you to one side and he says, well, Pip, I think we should try and leave. This has gone a bit off track. I mean, if you really still want to get your little friend, we might need to make a bargain for him.
I don't feel comfortable leaving the poor little squishy one in there. You know, he might still be alive, and the other one's just been dragged off, and he's got no skin anyway, so he kind of looks like he needs a bit of help. I think we should go in. We can at least make friends, and then maybe sneak out later.
Alright. We might have to bargain for him. We can show him the outside. Promise never to have him come back or something. But if this starts going sideways, we're gone. More sideways, we're gone.
Let's do it.
Alright. And, you two just walk in? As you guys meander your way in, take a perception check for me. I'll actually have John make one as well, actually.
Yeah, 13 again.
Nice. Well, John crit. The pair of
I've
you
got to remember
notice,
this trick.
The pair of
Don't
you
turn up.
Don't turn up. Well, no, last time he got an 11, and it was Michael that got a 12. As you both make your way out towards where the other two are, in towards where the dwelling itself is, the pair of you notice that there are 3 people kind of trying to leave. One of them is a rotter, and we'll say that that's... Nah, it's great. It's funny. I will say that's Karen's character. And the other 2 are human females. One looks like a particularly, dagger-clad badass, and the other one, not so much, but, you still won't want to tussle with her in a dark night, apart from you, Lady Pip, because you give no fucks. And you see that they're having a conversation with the guard, and they are pretty much trying to leave. You notice that they're also, they're only really armed with their knives, but they do have 3 guards directly in front of them, and then you hear, the click off of safeties as these guns are aimed at the 3 people. What do you want to do? You're aware that Helen and Michael are also just behind you and seem to have taken an interest also.
Okay. So we've got 3 of them there. We've got some guards. We've got a lot of guards. I think for our safety, we're going to have to try and sneak up and sweet talk our way through them. I say that. No, that's not going to work at all.
They are in the opposite direction of where you're trying to head.
They are in the opposite direction, so we're not going to. We don't need to really worry about them, but we do need to be aware of them. Okay, so we're going to head in.
Okay.
And just note the number of them.
Okay. Alright, so the pair of you go inside. Helen goes with you guys as well. But you notice that Michael was sort of hanging back a little bit as the 3 of you make your way inside the dwelling. I need the 3 of you... I say 3 of you like she's a player character and like Skag is actually here. Lady Pip, make one more perception check for me, please. 11.
Yeah.
You
Another
hear...
natural one.
You hear a couple of dull thuds. Not entirely sure what they are. But they definitely came from the cave direction. As you guys get transported magically through the powers of Roll20, apart from Camren, who isn't here, to the next area. Is it this level? Nope, it's not this level either. Sorry, I have to try and remember which level y'all are on, so... Ahaha! You guys would be transported here. But we aren't going to go to your story right now, I'm afraid. We are going to be going even lower into the depths of dwelling ESC, where we find one Camren, who is coming into consciousness. You remember being jumped on by a lot of guards. You remember shooting your dad in the face. And then you remember being thrown in here. You wake up, there is nothing on you, you have no provisions, you have no equipment, you don't even have a handy ESC lighter. You've got nothing except the boiler suit you're wearing, and it's just completely grey. Inside this holding cell, there is a single bed, there is a toilet in the corner. You can see that there is a cell, well, you would know that there is a cell next to you, it's not just a single one, there's cells plural, I just couldn't bother to draw the little lines in. And you have kind of bars in front of you. What do you want to do?
Really have no clue.
You are a rich
I
kid.
shot him literally at the spur of the moment last game, and it was just like, ah, crap, I shouldn't have done that, really.
You don't know anything that's gone on outside at all.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that.
Yep.
Is there anyone in the cell next to me?
No. This is, in all of your years of existing, how long have you, how old are you?
25.
25. God damn it, dude. 25. In your 25 years of existence, you haven't heard of anyone being thrown in here. Maybe one quite a few years ago? But you never really knew what happened to them afterwards. So no, everything here is covered in, not exactly dust, but clearly not been used in a while. You can hear someone moving about sort of at the end of this kind of corridor. You just can't see them because you're currently in bed.
Well, I'd get out of bed and look around. Go up to the edge of the bars.
I have to stop reading Zoom chat, this is just too funny. Getting to the bars and looking down, you can see that there is a young man. He's pretty, known to be one of those guys that are constantly pushing how much they can bench. He's always bragging about how much he's managed to do recently. He's got like biceps, like that sort of thing. He's nowhere as big as the Lady Pip, don't get me wrong, but he's still someone you definitely don't want to tussle with. And he's wearing the kind of grey red uniform of security. And he's currently just scribbling away.
You're right over there.
Oh yeah. How's it going?
Got it right.
Good, good. Now you're awake. I gotta go get someone. Don't go anywhere. Yeah.
Where the fuck am I gonna go?
I know, just don't try and escape. And he just meanders up a bit. He goes off. Probably about 5-10 minutes later, Lawrence comes back. Lawrence is flanked
in
by...
that 5 to 10 minutes, can I search the cell, see if I can find anything of use?
Okay, take a perception or a craft check for me, because I would know of a few things that I could do with a room that has a toilet and a bed in it. I just don't know where the camera does.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, if you can think of something, tell me, and I'll let you know if it's there.
Well, what kind of bed is it? Is it one actually welded to the wall, or is it a standalone?
Welded. Let's go welded.
Welded to the wall?
Yep.
It's got feet?
Yes, let's say it has 2
Bars
feet.
underneath the mattress?
Yes, let's go with that.
Rusty?
Not really, no. Let's say a little bit. Let's say a little
Any
bit.
bolts rusty? Stuff like that?
In that case, I will need you to make perception checks. I know what you're looking for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That is a 12.
A 12. Yes, you find screws. You find that you are able to remove at least one of these slats from under the bed by the time that Camren comes back. I will give you an opportunity to hide it if you wish.
I'll hide it underneath the bed sheets, if that makes sense.
Yes, so you pull the
So
slack
it's
out,
on-
put it under the
instead of-
sheets.
Instead of underneath the mattress, it's on top.
Yeah, no problem. It'll be at hand.
Yeah.
Okay, right. In that case, I'm going to need you to make a sneak check. 'Cause just as you get the last of that bolts kind of undone and like wiggled out of place, you hear the footsteps at the other end of the corridor, and they are approaching you rather rapidly.
Okay. That is a 17.
Oh yeah, dude, you hide the fuck out of this. Nobody even knows it's there, man.
Yeah, my sneak's 7.
Ah, Jesus.
And the ghost.
Okay, yes, you managed to hide this just as, you don't even look suspiciously like you've just sat down and hidden something. This is how well you stealth this. As Lawrence comes into view, you know Lawrence of old. In fact, you saw him earlier this morning when you barged in on your father's meeting. Okay, so, yeah, Lawrence is standing in front of you. He was there when you shot your father. You can't even claim innocence.
Not going to.
Not going to. And he stands there and he frowns at you. What? Camren, why?
From what I know about my father, there's only one of two things that he'd probably do with the people outside the dwelling. Either kill them all, or make them slaves.
Take a perception check for me.
Oh, that's a big fat no, it's like 6.
Okay. Camren, your father wasn't into turning people into slaves, and he wouldn't have just killed them all. And he looks over at the stacked dude, and you hear him say, "Just give us 5 minutes, will you? Take a walk." And you hear him walking away. And Lawrence leans against the bars a little bit, you know, not directly in front of you, just off to one side looking in. And he says, "Your father's plan was to get everyone in here. Try and fix what we can." He kind of listened to you. Sort of. But now he's dead. I don't have to play nice with you anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little trial. And then we won't have to see you again. You won't have to feel guilty about killing a great man. And we'll finally be rid of one of these rad agents. Hopefully we'll get the rest of them to crawl out the wall like cockroaches. And we get to smash the rest of them too.
You really think I'm a rad agent?
You aren't?
No, I've never even heard of them until today.
You're either stupider or you think I'm stupid. No, we know who you've got links with. We know who you've been hanging out with.
Yeah, it's Rupert. It's all Rupert.
Rupert. Oh. He's a fixture here for sure, but he's not a traitor.
So, once the people have fixed the stuff in the dwelling, or tried to at least, what are you going to do with them then?
I don't think it's any of your concern. But how about you just at this trial you see your way to keeping your mouth shut, and we'll make sure it's peaceful for you. Because it could take an awfully long time for you to rot down here. Or in the reactor core, one of the two. Laters, Camren. And he backs up.
Bye, Lawrence. Seeing you soon.
Walks away. Irene. Okay. Is there anything you want to do now? Lawrence is pissed off. The other stacked dude has not returned. What do you want to do?
Well, the screws that I found, how big are they, roughly?
How big are they?
Yeah.
2 inches, maybe? I don't know. I don't do distances, don't ask me. It's a standard screw. So what, it would be like an M6, so it'd be 18 mil long, so I don't know, let's say 2 or 3 inches. I have no clue what
any of that means.
Let's say 2 inches. Let's do that.
I am not an engineer.
1.5 inches. There you go.
Okay, 1.5 inches. The doors The lock on this door, is it mechanical?
It's mechanical.
So I could try and pick it.
You can. You're gonna try and pick it with 2 rusty screws.
Maybe.
I'm gonna inform you, it's gonna be fucking difficult.
I kind of guessed it would be. And what would it be using?
Oh, I'm gonna go with sneak, unless you want to argue something else.
Yeah, I'll try. Would be trying to do it sneakily.
Okay, sure.
I'm going to make it legendary as well.
Oh. That
That's
has
crit.
of course it fucking is.
A legendary crit.
Well, our legendary crit rules, house rules are you get your legendary point back. And the lock probably disintegrates. Not exactly, but you know, the locking mechanism is pretty substantial, but you know, give it 5 seconds and you've picked this thing with 2 rusty screws from your bed. And it doesn't even make a noise as you unlock this thing. What do you want to do?
There's a secure office just the other side of the holding cells.
Correct.
Is the door shut? Does it have a window? Does it have
It's
any way
shut
to
and has a
look
window.
inside? So you can look inside
Yes, you can.
the office. Is there anyone in there?
Yes, there are two guards in there. One of them is an extremely stacked dude, and the other one is a slightly smaller woman that you would probably recognise as being the kind of firearms instructor.
Okay. I want to grab my pole from my bed.
Okay.
And can I hide one side of the door? Does it open in towards them or out towards me? Just looking at the door roughly.
I think opening in. So in towards them.
Okay. And sneakily, whereabouts are they in the room roughly? Just so I get a...
They're kind of
Sorry.
sitting. Let's say they're kind of sitting at a desk at one side of the room. On
Facing
the
window,
left-hand
facing-
side. They're not looking out the window, but they seem to be having a conversation with one another. She's sitting on the desk and talking probably at him more than anything else.
Okay, so roughly, I'm just going to put a green line
Sure.
that side,
Yeah,
roughly over there,
yeah, go for it.
and the door's on the left-hand side of the room.
Yes. It will open left.
Okay,
Just to be an asshole.
that's fine.
There is the staircase you can take. You don't
Yeah.
have to go kill these guys.
Gonna go up the staircase
Okay.
sneakily.
Make a sneak check for me.
That is an 11.
Alright. We will bear that in mind as we go to the middle of the dwelling. And you would be roughly here when you pop up.
Okay.
Alright. We will go across to Lady Pip and Brother Rupert. And obviously John, but he's not here, so. You guys have just come in. As you get further along and you come to this kind of corridor, which branches left and branches right, you hear the sound of the door behind you, the big blast door being shut and closed. And you also see that's kind of... Actually, I need to drag her, bag both of them in. You can see that's kind of just scooting in is Michael. So he's right behind you on the map, but he's massively far behind you in actuality. And obviously with you there is Helen. It's sort of also here. What do you guys want to do? I'm going to say that by the time you finish like lugging this box, the guard with you has basically bundled off somewhere into the middle of this dwelling. But you're essentially, by the time you get there, having carried all your stuff, the three of you are together. What do you want to do?
Which means that we kind of know our way around a little bit.
Yeah, you guys have been to the hospital, so
So potentially, we would want to go something along the same lines. So we would sort of almost like retrace our steps to see if we can find something familiar, and maybe try and find that the nurse that was in there, because she was quite nervous. So maybe we could kind of like pummel some information out of her.
I love it. Okay. So John will just nod and agree with this plan currently.
Okay. Brother, are you with us? Shall we go and see if we can find?
Oh, no, you're not with us at all, are you? Yes, you are. Yes, you're right next to us. Come on then. Let's take you with us. Are you going to come with us and follow our steps? And let's go and find this nurse and see if she can find Camren.
I have to. Ernest, I must find myself a new place to enact my ministry.
Ah, so you wouldn't be? Would you be interested? Sorry, is that scarily loud?
That was scary feedback.
Maybe new tech isn't as good. Is that better?
We have less rumbling. We have less buzzing anyway. So.
With your slightly broken ears, do you think perhaps the nurse is maybe something you could use your ministry on? You know, she could maybe heal for you, and then that's going to give some promising results for your followers. Should we call them those? Let's call them those.
I think we should find a large public place in order for me to place this down and leave it so those passers-by that need some religious comfort in this time of upheaval can take solace in the fact that I, their religious and moral constant, the backbone of their moral identity, are still here. I'm strong as ever.
For that sheer face palming, eye rolling, what the fuck moment, dude, have a legendary point. That was just fucking beautiful.
That's all.
Beautifully played. So where are you guys going? At the moment, John is on like /follow, so he's not doing anything significant unless Skag jumps anything in. So.
Okay, so Pip is going to go to towards the blue area and then kind of follow around so that she can get.
Okay. You guys and your tokens waddle in that direction. Let me see. Awesome. Okay. You guys head off in that direction towards blue. You see a couple of guards walking around. That's pretty much it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. You guys make your way in towards blue. You can see that there are a lot of people here not wearing the Dwell Inc. uniforms. Just move you en masse. Wearing the Dwell Inc. uniforms. People seem to be settling down, looking around. But you guys are steadfastly going straight towards red section. Guys are heading just straight towards red.
Yeah, I think we're going to head towards the hospital and see if we can find that nurse again.
Okay. Can I have you two make perception checks for me, please?
A glorious 8.
Okay. With your glorious 8, there's a lot of people here. A lot of new people here. It's good. Possibly. No one seems to be carrying their weapons. The few that did definitely aren't carrying them anymore. You noticed this too, Lady Pip. Lady Pip, you noticed that all the guard that are currently on duty that have weapons are pretty much all the ones that were outside, plus a few others, and you notice that they're almost exclusively about the same age as John, if not slightly older. Yeah, that's probably all that you really notice. Yeah, that's as you come into red section though, Lady Pip, you do notice that Lawrence is walking in and heading towards this area. You don't actually know what the other room is, but he's heading towards this. It's a giant of a man.
A veritable giant of a man. He strides the world like a jolly green giant with a gun.
Wow.
Thus combining poor Scottish impersonations with lines from Full Metal Jacket.
Yep.
Possibly a first.
Alright, so you guys are in the kind of physical training room. There's an option to go talk to Lawrence if you wish, or you can just go straight into the hospital. The world is your oyster.
Well, being that there are lots and lots of people here,
Yeah.
and there are lots of people here, and you just sort of see Rupert swell with his self-importance. Naturally, these are all, this is Red Section. They're all great brothers in the faith. They are, they're being the more physical and militant and possibly slightly less cerebral members of the dwelling. They probably take, great solace in faith and to fill all those gaps in their knowledge. So Rupert is going to just drop down all of his assorted religious crap and possibly stand upon it to gain a little height.
Okay, sure.
Because he's only 5'10", and some of these people are probably gigantic meatheads.
Yeah.
So and spread his arms, which obviously means that he's raising a crucifix high because he doesn't really have much choice. Brothers, take heed unto my words, for despite the foul and perfidious crimes of the young boy Camren, we must rise above. We must not fall to corruption or infamy or dictatorship. We must rise to the occasion. We must turn and face God with joy in our hearts, and morality must pour over the filth and depravity of this land. We must redeem ourselves and stride into the burned Eden of the surface and reclaim it. God!
Alright, I need you to make a charisma check for me. Take a manipulate charisma for me.
Oh, good. I'm actually okay at that.
Yep.
That is a 16.
A fair few people turn around and just like, yeah, brother, you tell it how it is. At this point, you've noticed that Camren, however, has just fucked off. Yes, a lot of people are applauding. They seem to be listening to your words. You notice that the young nurse has come to the doorway to try and figure out what the hell is going on. She looks less impressed, but she's still there. Thirsty. Dude, just take another legendary point, because fuck mine. Oh my god.
What can I say? You gave me a character that allowed me to just sort of
No, you
wax
made this.
righteous.
You made this. I had nothing to do with this character.
Oh yes, you let me play a character that can
I
just
let
wax
you play it,
righteous
yes,
and gabble.
but I didn't give it to you. You
Yeah.
chose this. You chose this as a thing. Alright, yeah, so yeah, you see that the young nurse has come out. She looks slightly less impressed than everyone else around her. But, she's there.
Yes. It's a mark of my greatness as a roleplayer that I've already forgotten what I just said.
It's alright, me too. But it's all good. It's all good. Okay, what do you guys want to do? More importantly, what does Lady Pip want to do? Screw Brother Rupert, who's currently having a moment.
So I think I'm going to go and have a chat with the nurse, and I'm going to sidle up to her. Just bring me up here a little bit, and try and look as inconspicuous as I possibly can.
Sure.
Which is
I'm gonna
really
say
difficult.
it's probably
7
difficult because you are like 7 foot tall, but the Brother Rupert is being Brother Rupert right now, so there's very little people paying attention to you.
And I'm going to have I'm going to talk to her, and I'm going to say to her, you were an absolute dear a while ago, and you helped us with this little thing, we really worried that he might have got himself into a bit of a scrape. We heard these noises, which I don't want to say gunshot, but they probably were, and he's quite squishy. Just wondered if you wouldn't mind, lending a hand, maybe stitching him back together a bit.
I'm sorry, who are you talking about?
So, you stitched my friend here, the really silent one, back together. You made some lovely stitches for him, and we're all very, very grateful. But Camren, little chap.
Oh, yes.
Marmite. We could really do with you helping, making sure that he's still breathing in and out, love. Would you mind? Would you just give us a little hand?
Well, I don't know where Camren is, but he did just shoot his father in the face.
He did. And we're all a little bit shocked.
Yes.
But I'm sure there's a really legitimate reason, and maybe not judge everybody's actions. That maybe he was just trying to make friends.
Was it Pip?
Pip, yes.
Pip, I'm not sure there's much I can do. I'm kind of just a nurse, and I deal with physical things. I'm not really a mental doctor. We don't really have one of those here.
Okay. We're not really worried about his mental state at all.
You're not?
No. Well, yes, we are, but we don't want you to fix it. What we want you to do is just stitch him back together.
Stitch him back together. Has he been? As far as I know, he's just in the holding cells. I don't think he's been harmed.
Not yet, maybe. But there's always that potential if he keeps talking.
Okay. If he needs help and the dwelling decide that that's what they're going to do with him, then I will help him. That's my job. But I don't really know what else I can do for you.
Okay, so we were okay to bring him back here if he gets a bit more squishy.
If the dwelling decide that he needs to be helped, then we will help him. But if they decide not to, then there's nothing I can do. My hands are tied.
Okay.
So perhaps just point us in his sort of, general direction. You said holding cell, yes?
Yes.
And whereabouts are those holding cells, love? Up this way or down?
You're new here, and I don't wish to be rude, but I can't just tell you where these things are. I mean, John may be able to take you, but
Okay. Obviously John's been a bit silent, so I'm going to use The...
John would know. John would tell you that he knows
Okay.
if need be. He's on /follow, but he's not on silent mode. He at least has like vibrate mode on, so it's like, yes, there's notifications here.
In which case, I think we're going to head off. Follow / not following John.
Okay, gonna /follow the /follow John. You just stand there looking at each other. Brother
Does he
Rupert,
occasionally Does he occasionally kick out like awkward NPC lines? Like, there's a village under attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to be an adventurer to look like an arrow in the knee. No. Brother Rupert, your rant is over. People are dispersing, and you see that John and Pip are sort of finished talking to the nurse. Are you going to join them? Are you going to be useful and stand over there, or be useful and join them? Or, I mean, the world is your oyster. You can do what you want. I won't judge.
Yes. I'm going to go over and join them. I'm going to turn to John and say, "You boy, you tall female boy, were you inspired? Were you stirred by my words? Did you, particularly you, John? Did you heed my warnings? My glorious call to action?"
No.
Sorry, love.
Well, fuck you
You're
then.
listening.
Talk to the nurse instead.
If you
Are these two bothering you?
Oh no, it's not bothering me at all. Have a good day. She goes back into the hospital. She's GTFOing out of this.
Really likes you.
Well, such is what happens when you put science and religion too close together. Science fades, retreats into the darkness.
Okay, don't. Let's just stop. We want to go find the boy. The boy's down in the holding cells. Terracon,
Yes.
you have a
Must free him
legendary
from
point
the consequences of
from-
his sin.
You have a legendary point from Corone with the message, "Don't fuck this up."
Oh, I'm so gonna fuck this up.
Of course you are.
Thank you, Mamaroo.
But thank you for the legendary point. They were always needed.
Yes, they are. Alright. Okay then. So John leads you across to where he knows the holding cells are. There's a high chance that he's may have spent a little bit of time in here at one point or another. I mean, who knows? He was part of the original uprising, as was a bunch of other people. And he leads you through to out of this main red section into another red section. And just as you get there, you see on the other side of the door, holding some sort of pipe wrench sort of board metal type thing, you see Camren. You are now all back together. Continue forth.
Shh, I'm not here.
So I'm going to ignore you and say very, very loudly, "You ridiculous boy! I told you to come with me when they were going to close the doors, but no, you had to go and shoot your father in the face, didn't you?"
Shh. Come in. I'll get them in at least into the stairwells and shut the door.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're all standing within the stairwell. Are any of you taking precautions? Any of you checking anything, or are you all just going to stand there having this shouting match in the middle of a
I'm
corridor?
going to cover people's mouths as soon as they start speaking.
Try it, 7 foot.
Hey, I don't remember how old I am.
Short and
I'm 5'9". I can reach.
Even I'm taller than you.
So? Oh yeah, I have a strength of 20, so I'm a weedy kind of guy.
You are just a dweeb, yeah.
I'm marginally stronger than you.
Alright, you guys are together. What are you doing?
I say to everyone, just be quiet. Sneaky. I'm not meant to be here. I'm meant to be downstairs in a holding cell. Obviously, I'm saying this whisperly.
In a stage whisper. Yeah.
Yeah, stage whisper. Just, I know the armory's just there. We need to get shit and leave.
Okay, before you guys
Don't
carry on
everyone
much
speak at the same
further,
time.
while we're taking this pause, Thirsty, you have a legendary point from Kit, and Kit's message is, "And the Lord saith, fucketh shit up," is the exact expression he used. So
That's
congrats
your
on that.
fourth legendary point now.
Yes, yeah.
So, to get this straight, is Kit saying this is the point where I, like, beat Camren to death with a crucifix?
If you want to do that, as long as you two are okay with it, I will roll with it, but otherwise I will say no.
No. Because, that wasn't where I was going to go, but if the Lord saith how to fuck shit up.
Yeah, fucketh shit up is the message.
Okay. Yes. Okay. That's like... To the armory! Onward, Christian soldiers!
It's literally just there. We're looking at the door.
Yeah.
It's
He's
well
just
secured.
he's agreeing. He's agreeing with Bible quote.
Secure. Has anyone got anything better than these two rusty screws to pick a lock?
Ladies first.
Absolutely. So, is cucumber?
Mhm.
Is the door particularly thick? Is it? I mean, obviously, it's an armory door.
It's an armory door. It's really well secured. There's what looks like a key card needed for it. Some sort of swipe cardy thing. It looks like it looks really well secure. It's you can't see in it.
So
It's
I can't just
pretty
keep the door
fucking
down.
steady. You can try it. I say it with that you can try it expression, but it's always an option, but it's not easily kick downable. This is very well secured.
I didn't know it was a key card. Sorry, I thought it was just a normal lock.
No, that's
Like
fine.
the Holden cells bit. We need to find Lawrence. We need to find Lawrence.
So I think I might agree with you. I know I have.
Well,
But we need to make sure I don't get seen as well. With a grey grunt jumpsuit.
Okay.
Have any of you got any spare clothes?
No? Can we hide you, perhaps? If we could hide you, then maybe one of us could sneak in and go and get Lawrence to come to us.
Well, I could go back down to the cell and just shut the door and make it look like it's locked. Or shut the door, it's obviously locked still because I'm in there. If it wasn't locked, I would be leaving.
So we could hide you in plain sight.
Yes.
Whilst
If you try and get Lawrence to us, then I can spring and mission. Spring into action and kill him. No, I don't.
Okay, I want to stop a
I'm gonna knock
moment.
him
I was about to say, killing is your option? Really?
out. No.
Okay.
It wouldn't be killing. We just want his key card.
Okay. Take a... Okay, I'm gonna say that you would probably know this because you were the son of the previous overseer. There is a woman named Brianna who is the head of Red Section. She's old guard. She's very much like your father. She believes in the not letting the outsiders in, not making things worse. Let's just all hide in here and hope for the best. You know that she's in charge of this, and she tends to spend a lot of her time either in the office or investigation, or she'll spend her time like roaming around. She would also have a key card with access to the armory. The weapons officer that you saw downstairs, she would also have a key card. And of course, actually at this point you wouldn't be sure whether Lawrence would have one because he's technically blue section, which isn't security and medical, it's more mechanical and electronics.
Okay. If I knew all of that, I probably wouldn't have said get
No,
Lawrence.
that's fine. I'm just trying to think how else I can help you out.
Yeah, it's fine.
I thought you were just looking for revenge. I'm like,
No, I don't want revenge. I just want to get shit and leave.
yeah, that's fine.
I have a plan.
Well, I know the people downstairs near the holding cell. There's two people. One of them will have a key card to this door, or should. So if I go back into my cell, you guys come down to like your visiting,
I have
and
a
obviously
different
they'll
plan.
have to come out and guard you. What is your plan?
Apparently his plan is just making a funny face at us.
No, he's frozen. He's frozen.
Oh, there he is.
Can you hear
Yeah,
us?
fucking frozen. Yes. Yes, just
You
about.
froze with an awesome
I have a
face.
different plan. It involves me going and finding the faithful and stirring them up with another piece of masterful oratory and leading them downstairs and demanding the keys to the armory so that we can purge the sinners from our midst. So we can hunt the agents of Rad. Purge them from the dwelling.
That's a bad idea.
Why?
I'll tell you one, because we're trying to do this sneakily.
Yeah.
Not out in the
all
open.
the chaos. In all of the chaos, who will notice one little prisoner going missing?
Quite a lot, probably, because I'm the only prisoner, and I'm probably the only prisoner since the first uprising.
Yeah. But you notice the yellows. The yellows didn't do anything to stop this. They're obviously all complicit.
It's because
We all
they
need to
make-
go to the other side of the dwelling.
They're literally farmers. You're saying the farmers are too complacent? Yes, because they care about crops.
Pip, I would like you to make a perception check while these two are bickering. And also, can you roll one for John as well?
God. 6 for me.
Yeah, you noticed Tickle.
Um, 11 for John.
John rolled a natural 11.
No, not a natural. Sorry.
Just give me his dice roll.
Okay, should have been a 9.
A 9. Okay, yeah, he probably does notice. John is currently standing at like the kind of door. He's letting you guys bicker on because he kind of just wants to go. He's like, this is too much. I'm going to GTFO. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. This has already gone far too sideways. And John turns to look at you guys and said, "We've got company."
I'm gonna run down the stairs and go back into my cell, sneakily, but fast, if that makes sense.
Now take a sneak check for me.
That's a 10.
Okay, we'll deal with the consequences of that in a moment. What do you two want to do?
I think we go with the plan of gathering people for his uprising. I will lend my booming voice to your strange ramblings.
I think you see John just shaking his head. And on that note, we're going to take a 10-minute break as I try and work how the fuck that's going to work. Oh, I love this game. This is so fun. Awesome. All right, we will be back in 10 minutes. And we're back. Cool. Okay. After that horrific sound in my ear. Please stop that. All right. You guys had just been informed by John that there were people coming. Camren has run downstairs, and just as you slip back into your cell, you hear the door of the security office open, and you hear running footsteps too, as you kind of put yourself back in your cell, hide your pipe, I assume?
Yeah.
Yep. Hide your pipe and stand there trying to look innocent.
I'll be on the bed laying there.
You like jump on the bed just as you pretty much you are fairly certain that the young woman who is the firearms master just kind of skids to a halt and she's aiming a pistol at you. How'd you get out of your cell?
I don't know what you're talking about.
How did you get out of your cell? Steve, door. I'm assuming, did you or did you not lock the door behind you?
I would have tried, yeah.
Take one more sneak check for me.
Ooh, that's good. That'd be a 16.
Yeah, on the fly you managed to get it shut. And you just hit kunk kunk as he pulls it. He's like, alright, then who was running down here?
Well, I don't know. I've been in the cell. How can I see people?
Just you stay there. Don't fucking move. And she goes off.
I'm
You
laying
can
on my
hear-
bed, not moving.
Yeah, you can hear the pair of them like searching the cells and basically checking along. And you can hear her say, I'm just gonna check the cameras. You continue checking up the stairs. What are you two doing?
So I'm following this dude, and as much as it pains me to do it, I am agreeing with him and sort of repeating what he's saying, but in a sort of maybe more relatable fashion.
Okay. As you guys are standing in this kind of as you are standing in this area, John opens the door and he steps out into the corridor and he nods and says, "Hello, Lawrence." And before you see that there is Lawrence. There is a woman wearing a grey jumpsuit with red flashes. Brother Rupert, you'd recognise her to be Rihanna, the head of Red Section. And you can also see that there is a rather tall, elderly-looking gentleman in a grey suit and yellow flashes. You know this one to be... Ooh, I do have a name, let me find it. You know this one to be Arthur. And he is head of Yellow Section. And they all seem to be making their way down towards where you are. Ah, Brother Rupert, just one of the people we're looking for, and John. Oh no! Oh,
And spanners and 30s have changed spaces
they
again.
swapped over again. What is it with you guys?
And now I will talk like this.
Oh my gosh, stop that. Okay, that's much better. Let's keep it like that, shall
Yeah,
we? All
that's
those in
good,
agreement,
that's
say
good,
aye. Aye.
I'm hiding.
Not well
That
enough,
sounds
I'm
even
afraid.
worse.
You guys... Sorry. Yeah, Lawrence looks at you and is like, "Ah, I've been looking for you, John, and you Brother Rupert as well. We were wondering if perhaps, in this new spirit of everybody being up after the dwelling full time, that you would help us in our first legal case, so to speak."
Brother Rupert seems to have got a bit quiet. I'm sure he's going to be
frozen.
absolutely more than happy to help you. Just as soon as he recovers himself. He's just so shocked to see you, dear.
It seems like this game has been destroyed,
Wow.
completely littered with tech issues.
Yeah, I mean, the internet is a bastard. Cucumber. The internet is a fucker. It's just being a dick today. It's taking our Skageth. It's fucking with our connection. Twitch was
Today?
being a dick.
The last
Screen capture.
3 days.
Screen capture him looking like, ugh, because that's just a beautiful sight.
Are you
I live!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. We renounce our cucumbers. You were just invited to join them in their first legal case, yourself and John. Yourself being a man of the cloth, the centre of your faith, of our faith. And John has been invited as being the most experienced outsider who is still born ESC. Lady Pip has not been invited. This is the gist of what was just happening.
Well, naturally, let's come along then.
We are going to sentence the boy. We are going to have a trial for the boy Camren, but I was there, as were many other people. Cannot exactly say he's innocent, but we will give a fairish trial. Come. And Lawrence pushes past you guys and goes down with the others.
He's frozen again.
Who's frozen again? Alright, I'm going to, oh man, I'm going to call time at the bar, because this is a fairly good place to stop. One, because tech issues are giving me a nightmare headache and I hate this crap. And two, because this is actually story-wise a pretty good place to stop just before your incoming trial. It's not a big stop, but it's one I think we can probably get away with. We're down a skag, and John is a fairly important character because he's, you know, one of you. Thirsty is in and out of the internet issues. There he goes, and he's off. Yep.
You can see my hand.
You can see your hand. Good times. Everyone's popped back in the right places. Thirsty, we are calling this on the account of the internet hates us. And it's also a fairly kind of good place. He's muted himself. That's exactly how we want it. Nope, mute please. Mute please.
No. No.
Alright. Yeah, so we're going to call this new account a tech because it's being a complete and utter bastard. And so we're down a skag, we in and out with you, we're having wonderful sound issues unfortunately with spanners, and I'm doing my nuts this end. It's not the most cohesive game we've ever had, but we're getting there, we're making progress. So we will come back to this next week, where we will start the trial of Camren, kind of, possibly. Hopefully you guys will allow me to do... Yay! Deserted Heathens just hosted us, just as we're bailing. Yes, just we're bailing. But thank you for the host anyway. Yeah, we'll come back to this next week, and we'll possibly get more time in there. Hopefully, eke it out just before 11 or something. Hopefully, you guys will give me time to throw more plot hooks at you.
Hooray!
One hopes I can get to do this. There's plot here, dude. There's some plot.
Everyone loves terrifying, vicious, barbed hooks.
Yeah, plot hooks. So I chuck hooks at you. I take it as like the spaghetti approach. I throw it on the wall and I see what you guys take. I haven't had to throw any spaghetti yet. It's been very irritating. But we'll get there. I'll throw it in. I will shoehorn this crap in if I have to.
At some point, you'll get to orchestrate your plot.
Oh no, that's ridiculous. You guys have... no, I gave up on my plot weeks ago. When I knew that you four were playing, when we first started playing Pete's Favour, I'm like, this plot's never gonna... Nope. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so let's do a quick round out, say goodbye. Thank you to Kit and to Carone who bought our wonderful players' legendary points. They will be used next week, I hope.
Thanks, Kit.
Oh,
Yeah,
good,
thanks.
good guys. Need to thank Kevin MacLeod for all the free ass music, which has been roaming in the background, thankfully, and Carone for doing the intro and outro video for us. Let's go around and say goodbye and find out where we can find you all on the Twitters and various other channels you may or not be on. Let's start as always with the Lady Pip. Spranners.
I have been attempting to play Lady Pip. And so you can now find me at spanners_BTP.
Which I totally remembered to change the command for.
I knew that was going to happen.
Nobody reminded me. It's not my fault.
I wasn't sure whether to.
I'm doing it now. Carry on.
Yeah, that's it.
And any part of the game that you liked or enjoyed?
Yeah, I'm interested to see how we're out of this. And hopefully that, you know, whether we can actually get Camren out alive, although I doubt it. We're going to get...
Cool.
We won't. Squishy.
He's so squishy.
Mm.
Alright, cool. Next one round, I believe, is Terracon.
You can find me nowhere apart from on Twitch, which I haven't streamed on for ages, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So here.
I'm invisible. Yeah, you can find me here every Monday. And yeah, I'm quite surprised I'm still alive.
As am I, to be brutally honest.
Yep.
I thought you were going to try and break
surprised.
out. You would fuck that unbelievably.
Yes, I'm so glad I critted on that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, pretty lucky on that one. And last but not least, Thirsty.
Hello, I was intermittently thirsty, which is just a great general statement. You can find me on Twitter at thirsty_BTP. You can find me here. You can find me on Baylor's Blades on Thursdays. You can find me on bloodthirstypuppets.co.uk, which I said quite slowly so people could follow for once. You can also find me in other places if you look really hard. I won't say where they are because I can't remember. But yeah, I particularly liked when I got to have a massive rant and I immediately forgot what I was saying and completely lost train of thought. But as what so often does when I get rolling, I just keep talking and somehow it circles back to great. And I'll believe that about myself. So, unassailably, in face of any evidence to the contrary.
Sure. We'll let you have that.
Yeah.
Awesome. You can find me on Twitter at blood_BTP. You can find me on various podcasts, which comes out on Mondays. We probably may or may not be on Skag's channel in a little bit. Don't really know. Just keep an eye on his Twitter shout for that to see if his internet comes back. Other than that, you can find us here on Wednesday, where we're going to be doing more Podgate Live and Uncut, and on Fridays, Lucky Die t-shirt, thank you. And on Fridays when we do, what the fuck do we do on Friday? Spaced. Yes, well, we'll be playing Only Fools and Snoots, possibly. There may be questions, there may not, and we'll be doing that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, I think, guys. Is there anything anybody would like to shout into the void before I officially call this shit show a finale?
Sorry.
Hey, I was fine. I don't know what's wrong with you guys.
Alright, well,
Sorry.
on that wonderful note, thank you guys very much for bearing with us. Hopefully our tech issues will go away for next week, and we will catch you on another time. Good night.
Bye.